Oh, welcome back to some more Summer of Sleaze stuff. Wearing my good friend Long Jean's t-shirt. I don't know if she's still selling them anymore, but, Long Jean's an old friend, and we stay in touch. But anyway, I got sort of read the riot act by a couple people over the last few days about my sort of lackadaisical attitude toward, I don't know. My ex-wife called me up, and yes, I'm still in touch with my first ex-wife. We started out as friends. We've been friends for over 30 years. Just because one thing ends doesn't mean the friendship has to end. So I sort of got ragged out for not, taking the whole surgery thing more seriously than I did. It's like, I don't know, I just get to the point. She goes, how many times you gonna laugh at beating death? I said, I'm not really laughing. I said, I didn't see it coming and it happened. So what was I supposed to do? But yeah, I gotta be more proactive on shit that's going on. But anyway, today's film isn't that great, but we mention things that aren't that great anyway, so you can check them out yourself. I've been looking for another Lee Van Cleef film called Jungle Raiders. And I had seen this thing in the theaters, in the mid-'80s, because they were dumping stuff out like that. It's directed by Antonio Margheriti, a.k.a. Anthony Dawson, and Lee had worked for him a couple times, most notably in Take a Hard Ride and Codename Wild Geese. This one has him third billed under Christopher Conley and some woman whose really name I don't remember, and she really didn't stand out. As far as being third billed, he may as well just put it in as a cameo appearance, because he's a law guy named Warren, Officer Warren or Commissioner Warren or whatever the fuck it is. And he only shows up a few times during the film, and then shows up at the end sort of dressed like a gunfighter, which makes no sense. But anyway, some of the film makes no sense, because what they did was, the film runs an hour and 45 minutes, and the cut down version that was thrown in the theaters was around 90 minutes, because it looks like they took the beginning, which was Christopher Conley and his guys running this scam on some rich guy about, this fake treasure, this and that and the other thing, and they really do it right, and the guy goes home happy, and it's all a scam. That whole sequence takes anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, and it's chopped. So they throw it right in about this fucking search for this ruby, and it's a legit search led by this woman archaeologist and some other scientists and shit like that. Well, they're not the only ones looking for it. There's this Burmese or Borneo pirate that's got a bald head and a Fu Manchu mustache, and he's looking for it too. And it gets very convoluted, because there's a trek in the jungle, there's some gunfights, there's some other weird shit going on, but it never seems to gel. And Conley's character is Captain Yankee, the guy who leads these raids. And Conley's one of those guys that basically has a face that looks like it's made out of rubber. And he doesn't do too many expressions or things like that, but, he's the main guy, and it's more focused on him. So there's a whole bunch, everything's sort of mundane until we get to the end, and then we have one of the infamous Margheriti shootouts, which has all kinds of shit blowing up. And there's some plant there that they never truly explain what the plant does. Obviously, it's making some kind of drug or something, because it's supposedly shot in Malaysia or something like that. But they never fully say anything about that, except to watch it get blown up. So it all ends with the bad guy dying, and they get the diamond, the ruby, and they go back. And Lee's boat of soldiers was stalled out, and right toward the end, they come to the rescue and blast the bad guys. So all in all, not a really good film. Margheriti has done a lot better, as we all know, and so is Lee. But I guess his name on the marquee would bring in more people. But like I said, it's more of a cameo appearance than anything else. Not knocking Lee, because he's always good, and when he's on screen, things sort of light up a little bit. But anyway, that again, I'm glad it wound up on Tubi, because if I had blown 20 or 30 bucks on the Blu-ray, I would be hanging myself right now. So that's our show for today. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you on the flip side.